I have noticed in the last year, my grocery bill is out of control. It freaks me out. It's terrifying. It's scary. I don't even 100% know what it is. All I know is my new favorite pastime is hanging out at the grocery store. Um, yeah. So one thing that I've learned over the years when I have done budgeting in the past is that the best way to save money on groceries is to make a meal plan. So how I make a meal plan is that I sit down and I grab a piece of paper and I write down all of my family's favorite meals and foods on paper. So in my family, that would be things like spaghetti and meatballs, tacos, sloppy joes, chicken curry, beef burgers, steak, roast beef with mashed potatoes and gravy, nachos, that kind of thing. So I'd write these all down on a piece of paper. I would get the kids involved, my husband involved, maybe even a couple of cookbooks, maybe even Pinterest, maybe even a couple of kind of new ideas that I know my family is going to eat. Then from there, I sit down on a Sunday morning and I make a list of 5 meals for the week. I don't do full 7 days because you always have 2 days of wiggle room. And I write down those 5 meals on a piece of paper. Then I write down the ingredients required for those 5 meals. Then I set out with that piece of paper and I go to the pantry and I cross everything off I have in the pantry. Then I go to the fridge and freezer, cross everything I have off in the fridge and freezer, and the things that are outstanding or what I need to buy at the grocery store. Then to that list, I can go ahead and add in things that I need for like school snacks and miscellaneous, like let's say breakfast or whatever it may be. And then the goal is when you hit the grocery store, you only buy what's on your list, or you can do something like click and collect where, you're just buying exactly what's on your list because you're doing it on the internet. There's no impulse buys or impulse selling. I find when you have the meal plan, your family knows what's happening. You know what's happening. There's a sense of control. And then what I would do from there is I would take your list and then I would plan your food list based on your week. So things that would spoil first, like fish, you would cook earlier in your meal plan. Things like beef, you would cook later. And if you had meals that were easier, like if you were doing grilled cheese and homemade tomato soup, you might do that on an evening where you have karate or hockey because you need to get out the door a lot quicker than if you were making a roast beef. I hope my meal planning ideas help, and I'd love your feedback.